Hi guys, it's Silverette again, and I know that I promised that this would be a uncut series, and it's still going to be because I'm still going to do boring stuff this episode. Should I really say that? I don't think so, but yeah, that's it. But, as you can see, or may see, I've placed some extra rocks over here. Now, this is something that I actually had to cut out because I don't know if I taught this in this tutorial series yet, but my Weber's launch rocks just keeps crashing every goddamn time, and I don't know why it does that. It never used to do that, and for some reason it doesn't do that on many other people's PCs, but for me it has just been crashing for some random reasons as of lately, and I've actually tried re-downloading it and reinstalling it, but it just keeps doing that. So the only way that I can actually use it right now is to open up the game, place some rocks, spastic save, then at some point it crashes and I need to reopen it and place a couple of other rocks, and I don't quite want to do that in a video, so that's why I kind of did that off screen. So I'm sorry about that, but let's continue with some of the boring stuff that I still needed to do, because as much as I still want to do the foliage, there's still some path work stuff that's left unfinished, and even though this is kind of path work just takes a lot of time. There's no real way to get around this, but I promised that this would be an uncut series, or at least as uncut as I could do it with all the rock work problems and all that. So I'm going to also feature this in my videos, and let's see. All of this looks pretty good. I just need to add a small border and I'll call it a day. I'm not really going to work too much on this. Now, however, I do kind of want to make this straight, so I'm just gonna do that, and just gonna make it connect like that, and that should be good enough, really. Although, let's see, I don't know how I'm really going to finish this little boulevard thing. I might just add a little wall using the same set. Okay, it should work fine. I really don't know what I need to say about this. This is just kind of a situational thing. It's not really anything that you normally want to do. Also, if I could give a tip, it is to usually keep your boulevard straight, or at least as straight as possible, because many sets don't have all of the weird curving pieces. It's a lot easier, and it often looks better as well as if your boulevard is as straight as you can. Sometimes you have a small bend in it though, like it goes diagonal and then it goes straight again. I guess that's okay though. Okay, yeah. And you may see that I have many extra custom scenery sets, and this also surprised me. Well, it didn't really surprise me, but it caught me off guard, because I am sort of doing some collaboration stuff, and for recording a video I had to install all of the custom scenery that those guys used, and that was actually a lot. So, and I don't have a lot, so I need to get used to all of this. So I'm sorry if I can't really find my way in all of this. Okay, so I found CTR's paths, and that's very nice. And let's see, nice little straight piece. This is all just the simple old stuff that I've talked about earlier. Just make sure that the pieces connect, because you don't want your... And no, that goes too far. I think it has a 2-tile curve that should work out. Very nice. And then I just need a half piece and another full piece. Oh wait, no, actually 2 half pieces. There we go. Very nice. And now to finish this little sidewalk thing. Damn it, my headset is moving around. Okay, I need this side. Yeah. I don't know if I really want to just make it like this, because obviously this is not going to connect. So it might be a smarter move to just remove this and connect it to this little piece over there. Let's just try that. I don't think... Okay, so I didn't have to remove that piece. I don't know why I did that. It just seemed logical in my mind. I guess this works. I'm not sure about the path covers though, but I'm pretty positive that it should work out. Okay, so a 2 times 2 over here. Okay, no, there we go. It's all screwed over. Well, in that case, I actually don't know what to do with that. That's not very good. And there is no other curving piece like this. So I don't think there's another option to do this. But that means that we'll have to do this in a very different way. This is obviously not something that you're going to encounter too often. This is probably even this is actually the first time that I've ever had this problem. But I do want everything to look good, and you don't want things to stick out of your paths. You don't want borders not matching up with the path and stuff like that. So it's always, at least I find it better to just do some random stuff that you wouldn't do, like adding this little curve. Even though it looks a bit awkward, it looks less awkward than a curb going through another curb and the sidewalk sticking out of the curb and stuff like that. That's definitely a no-go. That's probably even worse in any scenario than having a weird shape. So, weird shapes over, well, curbs that stick out any day. Okay, so let's just add this and another piece. And it seems like we need a quarter half piece, and then we're nearly done. Okay, so now what else do we need? Well, a couple of lanterns on the other side. So it's time for Station Jim's Gardening 2, it seems. Yeah, okay, let me find that. Ah, there we go. And that one light that I need is this one. Now, of course, make sure that the colors are the same. Or at least, if you have OCD like me, you'd want to do that. Okay, which color is it? Okay, it's the middle one. And now choose an interval. And I don't know why. You kind of do want to have the same interval between the lampposts. I can't really say what kind of interval it should be. It also depends on the lamps, but I'd say that usually just going for what you feel like is good. Yeah. So this is like 4.5. Although that doesn't quite work at the end. Or does it? It actually does. Ah, very nice. Okay, so that... Oh wait, no. It doesn't match with the rest of the park. Never mind about that. Just gonna move this. Gonna move every one tile. And then we're good to go. Beautiful. Now, of course, I kind of want to place some benches on this side as well. Might as well. I'm a bench freak. So, yeah. I just can't resist the urge. And just kind of like that. You don't want to have them in the middle of your path, but too weird. So, this is pretty safe. Still gonna place it further away from it. And no, one over there, I'd say. One over here, perhaps. I kind of like... I don't know. When it comes to placing benches, there's no real technique behind it, really. It's just place them wherever you feel like place. It's easy to overplace them. I'm already overplacing them here. Holy shit, that's way too many benches. This is already too many, honestly. Well, I'm gonna keep them because I'm a bench freak, but honestly, realistically speaking, it's too many benches. Now, of course, we need some fences to finish this off. And very important to take the same colors. Top one seems to be this color, and no, actually, that's that one. And then this should be that blue color. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's not blue. Is it? It's green. Or not? It's this shade of green. Okay, yeah, got it. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to place those. And the curve is going to start over here. And once again, you can just overlap these fences. There's no real problem in that. It's a couple more pulleys. So if you want to be, well, careful with the pulleys, if you have a bad computer, I would not recommend doing it. But really, it just saves some cases. So if you're lazy, you can do that. You won't get any clipping like you get with many fences. And this one seems to be from Brian's set. So we're gonna have to get that. Brian's wooden fences. Beautiful. And it has posts as well, so that's really good. And these posts seem to be from Station Gym's fencing. And we still had that opened, so that's very nice. Little brown thing on top. Okay, nice. There we go. So that little area is finished. It's not too special. However, I do feel like it needs some nice little planters action. Yeah, definitely. Question is where and how. How would I go about doing that? Okay, I don't really know what to do with this little area, but I do know that I want to get some planters. And now, as usual, I would recommend placing the trees first and then the planters. It's not really necessary to do it these days, but I haven't really explained this too much when I was doing the planters over here, but there are basically two advantages to doing this. One would be that many tree sets don't have all of the placements that many planters have, so it's very handy to place the trees first and then see which kind of planters you can use instead of placing the planters first and then realizing that there's no tree to actually put in them because of the placements. And a second advantage to it would be the fact that you can kind of see the way it looks before you start placing the planters, because of course the trees have a much larger impact on the general surroundings than the planters they're standing in. Okay, so does this look okay? I don't think so. Well, we are in a somewhat subtropical Florida-ish climate, so a couple of palm trees wouldn't hurt, right? I might try some palm trees, actually. They're pretty cool. Let's see. So we're just going to open Spice's palms again. These are arguably the best palms in the game. Obviously, this is just my opinion, but in terms of detail and everything, they're probably the best ones. Oh god, I don't want to have any palm tree in front of a bench, but I don't know. Oh wait, we need that one over there. There we go. Okay, I have a better idea. Let's place all of them on this side. Like that. And some of them are too large. Obviously, this is an advantage to the set. I like this, the fact that it has the random size and everything, simply because you get loads of different sizes and forms and shapes of palm trees and trees in general with Spices sets, and you don't have that with Station Gym sets. I don't know if this is really a good idea, but you might have noticed it, and this is actually great when building forests, because if you try to place the same tree all over the place, you're not going to get the same tree in the same angle with the same size and all that. But you will get that with many of Station Gym's trees, so that's actually one reason why I sometimes choose Old Spice's trees over Station Gym's trees, even though they are not that detailed. Okay, so this looks pretty good. So it's time for some planters. And as always, I'm just going to go with my favorite planters. Honestly, you can choose whichever planter you like, though I would recommend to well, it doesn't really matter for one project, but I would kind of recommend to just change it up every once in a while. I don't know why, but I just feel I'm just kind of afraid that if I keep doing the same thing every time, it's going to be a sort of routine. However, go really well with the palm trees, so might as well. And this palm tree is kind of... No wait, this? Oh god, I removed the wrong trees. That was very stupid. And why did I put that plant over there? I hate it when I misclick. Okay, 2 more palm trees. And then I'm gonna see if there's anything else that I still need to do before I start heading into the general foliage. And that's not gonna take too much. That's not gonna take too long, really. Just a couple of episodes. Okay, so that looks really cool. Is it, could that be a palm tree somewhere over here? Probably not. Nah. Though I could potentially place some over here. I'm afraid that it might ruin the view of the queue. Yeah. It's kind of weird. No, I wouldn't do that. Might place some palm trees on the other side though, but that's not going to have too much of an impact on anything. It's just going to be palm trees for the sake of palm trees. I don't know if that's a good idea. Because you don't want to spam palm trees. Never ever overuse palm trees. Palm trees are very heavy on the maintenance costs and time and all that. They need to be watered all the time or something like that. Basically, that's why you rarely see any palm trees. Sometimes you have like rich hotels and shit have the palm trees outside, but they're very hard to maintain, so usually don't spam them. Even in a jungle-ish climate, jungles aren't filled with just palm trees. They're much more, well, complicated than that. So making palm tree forests is always a no-go. That's something to remember, I'd say. I see many people doing it, but it's not realistic in any case, even if you're building a tropical coaster. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just kind of looking around and seeing if there's anything that I still need to fix up. Let's just look at the textures for the path, because they're not really great everywhere. Speaking of textures, I probably can't do foliage in the next episode, simply because the textures need to be done as well, the ground textures. They're not very great everywhere yet. Okay, now I do want to have a little dark border over here. I don't know if I can really do that over here, but I'm just gonna give it a try. Oh, this actually works. Nice. Okay, get that nice little edge that I've talked about earlier. And of course, I might always add a little hedge or other shrubbery over there. You don't really have to worry about those textures yet. Really, if there's anything that looks kind of ugly, you don't really have to worry about it in the first place, because you can generally cover things up. And I know this might seem like a very lazy and stupid approach to things, but I think that many people actually do that. And as long as nobody knows it, it's not a problem, I guess. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. I think that everything except for the foliage and some of the ground textures is done right now. Yeah, that's really awesome. So that's it for this episode. Very small episode, just rounding up the final things finally, and we're finally able to move on to the last couple of things before this coaster is finished. So yeah, I'm gonna do that in the next episode, so see you then.